John Eats Cheap making breakfast sliders this morning the King's Hawaiian way. Everybody loves them with roast beef or ham. The King's Hawaiian sliders, and we're going to add some eggs, sausage, and ham and do it as a breakfast slider. Using the Aldi King's Hawaiian, which look exactly the same, and I'm sure they taste exactly the same, but they're a lot cheaper. All right, this is the trickiest part of the whole deal. Slicing these things. I wish they would come pre-sliced because this is what everybody does with these, isn't it? So, just try and go right in the middle. Use a bread knife. Make sure you're in the middle.
You're doing wrong.
And success, I hope. All right. I buttered a baking dish. It's just 9 by 13. So we start out with these in the bottom, just like that. Now our top, we're gonna wait because we got to get the ingredients on here. All right, we're gonna start out by just putting a little bit of mayo on that bottom bun. Not a lot. Spread it around. Next up, some shredded Swiss cheese. You can do slices, but I had block Swiss cheese, and that's kind of tough to slice. It's easier to just shred. So cover that bottom, just like that. We got some sausage. This is just breakfast sausage, browned and crumbled. We're going to have a good mix of flavors here with the cheese, the sausage, the ham. Get in there a little more. This is going to be a thicker sandwich than usual. Usually just that sliced ham. We got some crumbly sausage and some scrambled eggs to get on here. So for the ham, this is just the Aldi Black Forest ham, and it's the really thin sliced one. So we're just going to get these on here like this. I like the thin sliced ones because it doesn't have as much water in it when you bake it. This Black Forest has a real good flavor. You know what, I'm going to start putting those on 2 at a time. It's a lot easier. There and there. Get a couple more here. Get that guy right there. Now our eggs. Just scrambled up some eggs. And I did them so they're done, but they're really not overcooked. They're very soft right now because they're going to be cooking in the oven a little bit more. This is going to be a big old thick slider, I'm telling you. Hope it's not too big. If it is, we'll just eat it with a fork. Now I've got some yellow and white cheddar mix. Shredded cheddar. Just to go on the top. So we got lots of cheese here. I'm just going to press that down. And then on top with our tops of the Hawaiian rolls. Now we got to get the good flavor of the butter. All right, so I just melted half a stick of butter. I'm just going to put a couple of shots of Worcestershire sauce in there. And I make sure, because our soy sauce looks just like this, so I always do a double check just to make sure I got the right one. Little Dijon mustard in there as well. Not too much, maybe a teaspoon. Just get some flavor. Well, you know what, I'll just mix it up with this. And then on to the tops of the rolls. And this soaks down in there. That's a lot of butter. So we'll have to go over it a couple of times. Hope that's not too much. Get down in those crevices. And to top it off, a little everything bagel seasoning on the top. This has got the poppy seeds everybody loves. It's got sesame seeds. You know what everything bagel seasoning is. That'll add a little, you know, breakfast bagel, a little breakfast flavor to it. All right, we're going to cover this with foil, let it set for 10 minutes, then it goes into the 350 oven. So after 10 minutes, pull it out, and then back in just for a couple of minutes. And there we go. It smells amazing.
So good.
I'm just going to cut it with this spatula. Now the bottom, if I remember correctly on these, gets a little bit crispy. So I'm probably not getting all the way through here. But once they're mostly apart, it'll be easier to get the individual ones out. There we go. That's going through now. I forget how crispy it gets on the bottom.
It's like the Masked Singer. It's like you're faking taking too long.
Exactly. And there we go.
Oh my gosh.
That looks pretty tasty. It's going to be very hot. That's never stopped me before. Oh boy, is it hot. Love. Oh man. King's Hawaiian Breakfast Sliders with John H. Cheap. Thanks for watching. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, give us a share, a thumbs up, and Facebook, of course, too.
In the threads.
And Threads. Mrs. Cheap and Cheap Jr. are ready for breakfast, and I don't blame them.